Very good afternoon to all our viewers. Welcome to the Oval. First match in this 7-match series. England all in red today. Normally their 2020 outfit, but they're in red for this first match in this 50-over series. Those are the two teams, two strange-looking teams, particularly Australia, a team very much in transition. Tim Paine would be a name not known to English viewers. He's a wicketkeeper batsman from Tasmania. Callum Ferguson, batsman from South Australia. James Hope's all-rounder from Queensland. One or two familiar names as well. Brett Lee and Nathan Bracken back for this one-day series. So the bowling looks perhaps a little bit stronger than the batting for Australia and England. No Joe Denley after yesterday's accident in practice when he injured his knee badly, I think, looking at the way that he went down. But he's due to have a scan this afternoon, and we'll get more news hopefully on him later on. Our best wishes to him if he's watching and listening right now. Andrew Strauss won the toss earlier in the day. Decided to bowl first on a pitch that Ian Botham said has a tinge of green. And James Anderson is the man with the ball in his hand. Close to a wide. It is a wide. Nigel Long stretches his arms to give Australia their first run. Morning, Mikey. Good afternoon, I should say.
Good afternoon, Arthurs, and hello to all viewers wherever you may be. Early exercise for Nigel Long. That certainly was wide, but what was interesting also was the pace that the ball came off with. Bit of pace, a bit of bounce, carrying quite nicely through to the wicketkeeper. Batsmen should be happy with that, ball coming onto the bat.
Firm drive, and Anderson got a hand to it, but Watson hit the ball so firmly, the ball still rattling away for 4.
This is not something that you see happen too often. He hit that very firmly into the ground as well, so it would have lost a lot of pace when it hit that pitch off the bat. Lost a bit more pace off Anderson's hand, and yet neither mid-on or mid-off could cut it off going to the boundary.
Thinking it's quite curious when you said it was a deliberate plan to bowl wide at Watson, because they tried to get him LBW in the test matches. Now this is out. If he hits, surely he is out. That was a terrible run, and Tim Paine will have to walk back to the pavilion, but it wasn't any of his doing. A bad run from Watson, but a great direct hit from Collingwood.
Well, Tim Paine had been threatening to run himself out earlier on, but each time Watson sent him back. This time it was Watson who did the calling. He had absolutely no chance of getting in for that. Chose the wrong man as well. Paul Collingwood, best fielder on the ground, no chance. It's 11 for 1.
11 for 1 Australia. Cameron White in at number 3 after the run out of Tim Paine. A shocking run, albeit a wonderful piece of fielding from Paul Collingwood. Collingwood, well, he probably hit 6 or 7 out of 10 maybe from there, with a good 2 or 3 stumps to aim at. Not a gamble you would take, Mikey. You prefer sure things, don't you? It's gone fine. Beats side bottom. That's nicely played. That will do him a power of good. 27 for 1.
Watson has been the star so far, 22 of 26. And he continues to prosper. Ball stays hit at the Oval. Seen that on a number of occasions when we come here. We'll pass the infield and it hurries away for 4. Nigel Long will make the signal for the second power play. Bowling side has decided to take it straight away. You don't have to have 2 catching men, and you're allowed 3 men outside the inner circle. One of those men out are on the leg side, not the offside, so boundary.
That's 2 overs in a row now. Sidebottom's gone for a boundary off his first delivery. Just a little bit wide again. More off the toe of the bat. Let's have a look. Yeah, quite low.
Come back from Sidebottom. Real changes in this Australian side. Richard, our statistician, has given us a game about 18 months ago that Australia played in at Sydney against India, and there were the best part of 1,600 caps in that Australian side. This side here has just about 800 caps. The likes of Payne, White, Ferguson, Hopes, Horwitz we saw in the Test match, but they're new really to this one-day side. So England have got an opportunity, and I suppose it's a great opportunity for some of these guys we haven't heard of that much. It's a nice shot from one of them, Cameron White, who has played domestic cricket in England for Somerset, and he's enjoying the conditions on a similar pitch at the Oval. Away down the leg side. Could go all the way. Shah will have to... Wow, no dive at all from Shah.
Maybe he hurt himself in that challenge yesterday as well. It was right in front of us here in the commentary position. It just always looked like he was going to get there. Off the glove of Shane Watson, so it took a lot of pace off the ball. And I'm just not quite sure why he didn't get the dive out.
We'll talk about diving at the moment in the football world. Cricketers told not to dive. That's nailed. No chance this time for Shah. That's too full. That's the other side. At this level, your margin for error is small. He's over-corrected there.
Like a bit of a slower ball, but over-pitched. It's a genuine half volley. And at that pace, Cameron White's not going to miss out. And through the line of the ball, bit of a check drive. Blustery conditions here today at the Oval.
Oh no. One drive ball followed by a short ball. Lengths aren't good from England. 74 for 1.
The bonus thing is I'll take all the pace off the ball. So if you want to hit it, or hit me for the boundary, you've got to make the work. You've got to force it. And it's just changing the field again now. Must have been listening to you, Nick. Brought the man back to deep, back of square leg. Soft wicket, but it's a wicket England needed. Shane Watson looking to work it into the onside. Little leading edge. Simple return catch.
Yeah, and hang on a minute, is it a wicket that Collingwood and Strauss have just thought about here? We've just seen a change in the field, so there's a massive gap, square. That's what he's trying to do, that's where I want to hit it. He doesn't get it right, does he? Easy catch in the end, so he may have been outthought there, Shane Watson. It's excellent work from Collingwood, it's possibly excellent work from Andrew Strauss. So Shane Watson goes for 46, now 93 for 2.
Australian captain for the first. Well, he's had the pace on it, got a wicket previous over with a non-cutting ball, or an orthodox seaman this time. Cost him 4 runs.
Yeah, it's a high-class shot. Stood up tall, he knew there was a big gap there if he could beat the man at extra cover, so that brings up the 100. 100 for 2 off just 20.3 overs, so it's a decent effort. No Ricky Ponting, of course, for Australia, but Michael Hussey is due in at 6, so plenty of experience to come.
Yes, sweet. That's it, buddy. Come on in, Basil. Down the leg.
Cameron White then moves on to his first one-day international 50. He's taken 64 balls with 7 boundaries.
Yeah, he's had a good week, hasn't he? 50 in the 2020 game, become vice-captain in the 2020 of his team, so that would give him a real confidence boost.
It's going to be tight. Oh, and I think he's gone. England think they've got his man. It was a good throw, and Pryor taking the bails off really quickly. I think Cameron White is in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, it's a good pickup. Nice flat throw on the bounce, and that's quite often the quickest way in. Pryor using what you call a modern method, which is to take the ball in front of the stumps, use momentum to go onto the stumps. The bail is in the air there. The bail is out of the socket and the bat is the wrong side of the line. So yes, Cameron White should be gone any moment now. There's the confirmation of that decision. Australia have indeed lost their third wicket. And all credit to Graham Swann for the fielding there. Cameron White doing his best to press for this second. Swann got onto it quickly, got it away quickly. The combination of Swann, the bounce throw and the gloves of Matt Pryor was enough to see the end of Cameron White out for 53, and it's now 3 down for 111. 111 for 3. New man, Callum Ferguson. Ferguson playing his 15th match. 15th one international match for Australia from South Australia. Well, it was a bit shorter, and it's a thick edge which will run away for 4. First boundary since the 21st over. It's now the end of the 30th. 131 for 3.
This might be just a little bit of luck that Michael Clarke might need to get himself going. His foot, I don't think so. We're going to have a look. Pryor's reaction seems to think no, he didn't lift his foot. Drags it a little bit, Ferguson. Does he get it back? Yes, he does. Quite comfortable. Good piece of work by Pryor, though.
Yeah, it was quite wide as well, so Pryor had a long way to bring the ball from wide of off stump back to the stumps. Just had enough time therefore for Ferguson to get that foot back the right side of the line, and all is well for him.
Lofted, found the gap on the offside. That's a good shot. One bounce, I think. Umpire's just checking, but it's a 4. That's well played. Could say he has made up for it. That wasn't that bad a delivery. Brings up the 150.
It's a clever shot, isn't it? Expected a slightly quicker ball for the toss. Sits back, waits for it just over his face.
Full toss. That got what it deserved. Well played.
And there we go, as if on cue, the field is up. Michael Clarke looking to give himself some room to hit over the offside and can only spoon it to Owais Shah.
Oh, great wisdom. Yeah, in a sense, he's trying to do the right thing, but the performance of it was just slightly wrong. He didn't quite get there. He was trying to treat Paul Collingwood as a spinner, but trying to hit against the spin. Completely miscues, completely mistimes. So Clarke has to go. He's got 45. Australia 190 for 4.
The end of Michael Clarke brings Mike Hussey to the crease, with Australia reasonably placed on 190 for 4. They've never really gotten away from England. England have just stayed in touch.
That's a much better shot. That's actually how to play it. One bounce and over the top of mid-off into the boundary.
Lovely shape to that shot. Wasn't a bad delivery at all. Ferguson had to create room by moving outside leg stump. But to look at the shape to the stroke, high left elbow, enables him to get the blade through the ball, even though it is an off-cutter and he's hitting against the spin. 5 singles from the over so far, and again all the infield back on the edge of the circle, so a single there for the taking for Hussey. Instead, he'll pick up a boundary, a top edge. It went finer than he hoped for. 205 for 4.
So 15 overs at the start of fielding side power plays, and Australia going well then. As soon as they finished, it seemed that all momentum was lost. Been building up again slowly. That's decent running, and Callum Ferguson has 50 not out from 62 balls.
4th one-day international 50 for Callum Ferguson, and a good effort considering relative lack of cricket before this outing. Doesn't always time the ball sweetly, but it's come in decent time. 62 balls. Looking to give himself room against Collingwood. There he goes again, but Collingwood tucks him up on leg stump. Misfield. A rare misfield from Jimmy Anderson, one of the best in the England team normally. Hussey drives and drives wide of deep point. Always Shah can't make the ground. Oh, that's edged fine. It was a poor ball from Broad, but it was a very, very fine edge to end the 46th over. 220 for 4. Neat, very neat.
Very neat, very good, very effective. Completely premeditated. There goes the change. What he's done really well is just keep his position, watch the ball well, balance well, just timed it beautifully.
Through the offside, finds a lovely gap there. It wasn't a big one. Broad does really well. Excellent bit of fielding from Stuart Broad at long off. I hope he's not hurt himself. He seems okay. Under the 47th, 232 for 4.
That's beautifully played. Really nicely played.
High skill from Hussey. That's what he's in this finishing role to do. 20 now from 14. You just wonder if that little bit of innovation might have been seen a little bit earlier on in the innings. He knows it's going to be full and straight. He knows the field is up. Just has to get a connection. Makes it look ever so simple.
Bowled in. Full, straight, middle stump.
Well, it's a fantastic comeback from Sidebottom. Not put off by wanting to go full and straight. Goes full and straight again. This time Hussey changes the plan. Mid-off had come up onto the one, so he wanted to try and hit the ball through mid-off this time. Long leg had gone back, it's at his peril. Brief innings comes to an end, 20 from 15 balls. Australia now 237 for 5.
Australia very rigid in their batting lineup. They could have moved up Mitchell Johnson for these last 2.4 overs just to get it whacked, but they're sticking with their lineup they gave at the start of the game. Hope's the new batsman, Queenslander, been around for quite a while, age 30. Got Ryan Sidebottom bowling full and straight at him. Running is good, very good. England won't be happy with that at all.
England's been pretty good in the field, haven't they, for most of this game. They're frustrated there, they've dived around, there's been plenty of energy, they've been saving the ones. There's an extra run gone. Crucial moments, aren't they, these? 2.5 overs to go, Sidebottom into the attack and bowling well. And they restrict them to around 250.
Again to Luke Wright in the deep. He's in a bit quicker this time. A glare from Pryor on the last occasion.
I'd say guarantee is probably too strong a word, but be so reliable at this stage of an innings. Sidebottom is about as good as it gets as far as England are concerned.
Just wants to come back for 2. He stumbles. He'll have to hurry now. Well, that was some unusual running there from Hopes. End of the over, 242 for 5.
Yeah, great start from Broad. Not brilliant. Well, is it brilliant fielding or not? It was certainly the misfield that brought about the second run. Now, how close is this? James Anderson does recover quickly and gets the ball in.
The bails come off short there. Might have to split frames there. That's the difficult one. The bails look like they're out of the groove just then. Probably not quite enough information there for the third umpire to be definite. So Ferguson survives. Benefit of the doubt going with the batsman. Another full toss. Been hit high and wide, but not for 6. Another boundary.
So 10 runs from the over so far. Didn't quite get it right. It's a good connection from Hopes. Wanted 6, but he'll take 4.
So 5 full tosses, well 4 full tosses. The leg by. 10 from the over so far. Last delivery of the innings. Gets the Yorker in. It's pretty well bowled by Sidebottom. 11 from that last over. 260 for 5. England will be slightly happier with that. Usually at the Oval you bat and you want a score of about 280. Australia plodded their way along in the non-power play overs. A lot of credit goes to that man. The figures aren't great, they don't stand out. 10 overs for 37, but his control on a big game was immaculate. And he was well backed up in the field. Collingwood had another good day with the ball. Swan had a good day. Pace off the ball seems to be the key. Australia have pace on the ball. And England will have to get off to a good start, but they're in a good position so far.
Yeah, well played, Callum Ferguson. 71 from 75, held things together in the middle overs. Watson got off to a decent start, 46 from 50. Nothing from Payne. Cameron White, I thought, was very good in a new position for him. Seeing him down the order, but took his chance at number 3. Excellent work from Graham Swan to dismiss him. Michael Clark, well, not probably at his best today, but still 45 from him. Alan Ferguson, excellent 71. Mr. Cricket didn't get a big score, but a contribution from him, 2015.
England's bowlers were pretty good. Bowlers who put pace on the ball, like Anderson, Broad and Luke Wright, went for runs. Bowlers who took pace off the ball, Rashid, Collingwood, Swan, didn't go for runs. A wicket for Sidebottom, 2 wickets for Collingwood. Rashid probably the standout bowler, 10 overs, 0 for 37, but Paul Collingwood continues to impress in one-day cricket, 9 overs, 2 for 47. Swan didn't bowl out all his overs, that's a surprise, but it was a pretty good effort by all the bowlers on a pretty flat oval pitch. England need 261 runs to win on a pretty good surface. It's set up nicely. That will be at 5.22 runs per over.
Bright sunshine greets Andrew Strauss and Ravi Bopara. England requiring 261 in this run chase on a decent enough batting surface. I wouldn't say it's the best one that we've ever seen at the Oval, but it's certainly not a bad pitch. It's easy paced. England should enjoy batting on it. Have to get over this new ball threat from Australia, though, which is a potent one. Brett Lee and Mitchell Johnson, who reduced England quickly to 2 down in that aborted 2020 game at Old Trafford. It's a 50-over match, but that new ball threat still there. Strauss back in the team and back at the top of the order, but probably has a bit to prove in the short form of the game, so an important outing for him. And for Ravi Bopara at the non-striker's end, who had a poor Test match series and needs to remind the selectors of his talent and his ability to score runs again.
Bracken's been given it to have some control.
Very fine and full.
See? Control. Just drifting in. Let's just find they're quite wide, well, very wide. To have great pace, around the 80-mile-an-hour mark. Just a little bit of swing, just needed helping.
Strauss connects this time, down the ground for 4.
Crowd are loving it.
Strauss going for a bit of a hack. Gets an inside edge. Brett Lee not amused.
Quite sure he's trying to hit this. Very effective. I think he's aiming more mid-wicket, cow corner. It must have been very close to that leg stump.
Un-Strauss-like. Strauss goes. Edge straight to slip and Brett Lee strikes.
Great comeback. Lucky for the ball before this one outside the off stump. Goes quickly, but it's a nice height, one you can see all the way. Cameron White makes no mistake. It's the final laugh. Strauss has gone for 12. It's 22 for 1.
Matt Pryor at 3 for England. Andrew Strauss has come and gone, edging Brett Lee to Cameron White at first slip. It's beaten Cameron White and will run away. Very fine for 4.
Driven beautifully for 4.
That is well played. There is just that gap between the 2 men behind square and the man fractionally in front of square. If he can get it dead square, it's going to be 4 every time, and that's exactly what he did. Got it dead square.
Pretty much in the middle of the bat, hot spot shows. Open the face, sweet timing. So good through the offside, Matt Prior. Should be a wide, surely. Very close.
The umpires take that line that they have painted there very much as exactly where they want it to be. Once it's within that line, they will never give it as a wide, or most umpires anyway. It's a bit difficult when the bowler is slanting the ball away from the right-hander though, with left arm seamer. It's a bit different from a right arm over the wicket bowler.
Short ball, he's got onto it. The outfield's quick. Fine leg will have to be quick. He is. Ferguson, I think. And Ferguson does well. That's a lovely shot. Really good. On the up. That will give him a bit of confidence.
He knew how good a shot that was, Rabbi Bopara. Lots of times you see batsmen play those fantastic shots and they take a step or two down the wicket. Have a look at Bopara here. Hasn't moved. He knows where that's going.
Catch! Yeah!
Got him. Well, it's a good position to be in for the reverse sweep. And it all depends whether or not you get on top of it, or get it over the fielder, or in this case, get it straight to him.
Incredible frustration on the face of Matt Prior, but you felt something was bubbling up. It was actually, well, he got a good connection here. Only had one man to beat, couldn't beat him. Excellent catch, really good catch from Johnson. And despair for the batsman. He's done it again, Matt Prior. If you're a Matt Prior fan, you've seen one of your favourite players get another good 20, 28 on this occasion from 47 balls. England now 83 for 2.
83 for 2. New man, Oaz Shah.
That's a lovely drive work to do for Watson, and he can't get there. So a good start for Shah against Brett Lee.
Clark's now thinking, what have I done? Pace on the ball. First delivery with pace on the ball goes for 4. Shah way back in his crease, using the depth of his crease, using the middle of his bat.
There's that slower ball, short one, but if it's been dealt with, the placement is superb. Brett Lee can't believe it, but right in the middle of the two men out in the boundary.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Strauss, correction, Shah knew about this. He went through with the shot, was a little bit deceived. And it just stuck in the pitch a little bit because it was the slower ball bouncer. But Shah watched it. That was the key. He was through the shot and then he just bunted it for 4.
That's a lovely shot. It was pushed through from Nathan Horrocks, and Shah just waited for it and just ran it off the face of the bat.
That's where Shah is very good.
Oh, he's bowled him. Or is he stumped? Either way, he's out. Bopara out for 49, and that is the breakthrough that Australia needed.
Well, the third umpire's asked for it, but Bopara's walking off. He couldn't get his foot back over the line. He's walked off. He's not waited for the decision. He felt he didn't get back. He has been stumped. Beautifully bowled by Nathan Horrocks. Tossed up. Bopara falls one short of 50. It's 124 for 3.
Paul Collingwood strides to the crease. Fine sweep. Will it be for Bracken? Can't get there. So good shot from Collingwood, premeditated, but the execution was very good.
It might be fingers crossed time here for Australia and Mitchell Johnson. Have to get it right. If he gets it right, no problems. There we go again, a little bit of pace to work with. Well, I think he's gone. He's gone. I think he stood on his stumps. He's just realised himself. He's got very deep in the crease when he faced Brett Lee. He's got similarly deep in the crease against Mitchell Johnson. He must have just clipped the leg stump. Real disappointment for Sharp.
I think Greg Blewett picked this up earlier on, how deep he was getting in his crease. Goes right back, and there it is. Steps on his leg stump. Well, he had been batting so well, but he has to go for 40 away Shah. It's 161 for 4.
Very much the case. The batsman really struggled to hit the middle of the bat, especially as the innings has gone on.
Gone, good catch. Really good catch that. Shane Watson, the man at mid-wicket, he jumped high and stretched high and plucked the ball out of the air.
Well, the Australians are ecstatic. Almost feel as though that was the big wicket they needed. Not quite out the middle of the bat, and Watson high in the air, 2 hands. There's the reaction of the captain, Andrew Strauss. So close, but Paul Collingwood fought hard for his 23 runs. England 168 for 5.
What have England got to come? Rashid, who bowled well and who's in good touch with the bat. Swan, we've seen, can hit it. Then Sidebottom and Anderson. So it'll have to be these two, and Rashid and Swan, that take England home. Wright goes down the ground and over the top. He takes on the long off, and he takes him on to hit the first 6 of the day.
Well, fair play to him. That is a gutsy shot, that is for sure. Callum Ferguson is lurking that deep mid-off. At no stage did he try and keep that ball down. He thought, I'm going to take him on. Slower ball from Watson, and he just goes through with the shot, and he gets it well enough.
Oh, this is out. This is out. Michael Clarke flings the ball high in the air. More delight for Clarke and Johnson and Australia.
A bit of a soft dismissal there. Stuart Broad making his way off. Mitchell Johnson gets his 3rd wicket with a short lifting delivery, and he was just trying to angle that down to 3rd man. And it just pops up. Simple catch to Michael Clarke at backward point. And England lose their 6th wicket. Brought out for 2, 178 for 6.
Rashid's in good touch though. He's had runs for Yorkshire of late. This is a good opportunity for him. He bowled well earlier in the day. He's got a chance to impress now with the bat. Slip in place. It's a good stop by Tim Paine.
Here's Lee again.
Slower bouncer, right, waits, picks it up and smashes it for 4. Inside edge, beats Paine, 4 more.
Brett Lee's got his hands on his hips. No chance there for Tim Paine, the keeper. And Luke Wright looking to go through the offside. And the old inside edge past the stumps. Well wide of the keeper. Doesn't matter how they get them, England. 4 more to the total. It's given him some room there, and he's up to it. It's in the gap, and it should be 4. Watson putting in the big ones, and he gets it.
Brilliant work from Shane Watson, because the outfield is really quick there. The square runs the width of the ground, so the ball tends to run away very quickly. But Watson Aided by a bit of dew, I think, on the ground. Got an early dive in and momentum took him quickly to the ball. Rashid finds the gap again. There'll be no stopping it this time. Good over for England, brings up the 200.
No ball. And run out, would you believe it? It would have been a free hit. It still will be a free hit, but not for Luke Wright. He's been stumped. I don't know why he's standing there. He's going to be out. He can be out, run out. Now, is he stumped or run out? Was he attempting a run? If he was attempting a run, he's out, run out.
Well, that's how it looked to me. It's fair to say that was an attempted run. Still got the free hit there. Played well, Luke Wright. 38 from 27 balls, 224%.
Slower ball, edged and gone. Good catch from Payne, good work from Watson. Australia now on top.
Watson, slower ball, mixing it up. And he's rewarded. I think he's bowled really well these last few overs. He's kept him now sensing victory. Swan's gone. He's gone for 4. Need 32 to win from 14 balls. 229 for
8. Squirted away past third man. Bracken will have to bring that in, will he? Well, it's tight. No, Cameron White immediately says 4. Another edge, 4 more.
It's so frustrating as a bowler. England suddenly are thinking, hang on, 19 now from 10 balls.
Drilled through the offside, boundary needed, boundary got.
14 from 7. No one seems to be going home just yet.
No full toss, it's been slapped away on the leg side, and it goes for 4. The umpires look at each other just to check the height. It will be 4, 9 off 4.
Well, I would question the height. It's way over waist high. That should be a no ball.
Well, anything over waist high should be a no ball. And that looked like it was just above waist high. 10! Swings hard, goes straight up in the air. 2, an important 2. England can still do it. Six needed. Bracken has to make sure there's no wide, no ball. Left armour to left armour. Who's going to win? It's Bracken. He gets the Yorker in. It's only going to be a single. A great effort from Adil Rashid. Great effort in the end from England. Too much was needed off the last 15 overs, but think of that young man. A gallant effort early on in his career. Big crowd to bat and bowl the way he has. Special time. Australia the winners, played the better cricket in the end. They win by 4 runs. So England England chasing down 260. There you go. A lot of batsmen getting in, getting out. 12, 49, 28, 40, 23. But the two standout performances, Luke Wright, 38 of 27, and young Adil Rashid, 31 of 23.
7 bowlers used. Brett Lee, bowled with pace, 1 for 65. Bracken did the job at the end, all his experience, 1 for 48. Mitchell Johnson, 3 for 24. Horrocks, 2 for 44. Watson, the other wicket taker.
So a great start to the series, first of 7, first blood Australia. They batted first, 260 for 5 runs for Ferguson, White and Watson, wickets for Collingwood and Sidebottom. England in reply, 256 for 8 runs for Bopara, Shah and Wright, wickets for Johnson, Horrocks and Watson. Australia win by just 4 runs.